Use Iran in a sentence. Iran is faster than a walk. Use Iraq in a sentence. Iraq is bigger than a stone. Use Egypt in a sentence. Egypt is smaller than a bus. Tagal na yan, kakornihan na yan. Narinig ko pa yan sa tatay ko. Pag-usapan natin yun ay Iran. Ang ibig sabihin ng Iran? Iran galing sa salitang Iran, no? Isang salitang Middle Persian. Ibig sabihin of the Aryans, sa mga Aryans. May mga theory, Aryans daw, galing sa salitang Arya, meaning a free man, malayang tao. Aryans, free people. Iran used to be Persia. There was a time when the Persian Empire was the biggest in the world. No? It covered the present day Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Egypt, part of Pakistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Napakalaki. Until they were defeated by Alexander the Great around 330 BC. Ang Iran ay naging official na pangalan ng bansa noong 1935 lang. No? From Persia, pinangalanan nilang Iran. No? Iran of the Aryans, sa mga Aryans daw. Anyway, interesante itong Iran. Alala ko, bakit ba gusto nilang tirahin itong Iran o girahin itong Iran na to? Naalala ko nung after 9/11, naman 9/11, 2001 ba yun? Yung April 11. No? Si General Wesley Clark, ang NATO commander, sinabi niya na 7 Muslim nations should be destroyed. That includes Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Iraq, Iran, Somalia, and Sudan. Syria, check. Lebanon, check. Libya, check. Pinatay si Gaddafi. Iraq, check. Binitay si Saddam. Somalia, check. Ganon din sa Sudan. Iran na lang ang natira. Pero why is it that Iran doesn't fear superpower? And why the elite watch in silence? No? Naliksik ulit ako kung bakit ang Iran ay napaka-importante at bakit hindi nila basta-basta lang ma-conquer, ma-invade itong Iran. No? Why superpowers can't invade? Top reasons they want risk war with Iran. Number 1, terrain advantage. The topography. Parang Afghanistan din. Kaya nga kahit mga Romans nahirapan sa Afghanistan noon eh. In fact, may mga prayers sa mga Romans noon na save us from the lions that roam at night and from the wrath of the Afghan. Kasi in fact itong mga Iranian, ng mga Persians, they were known kaya Persian first, mga Greek daw yung pangalan first, no? First yung tawag sa kanya dahil sa salita nilang Farsi, which evolved into the modern day Farsi, the official language of Iran. No? Mga berserker dyan yan, berserker, yung may mga palakol na nagbe-berserk. No? Pag sinabi mo berserk, huramentado. No? Mahirap ang terrain. Mahirap ang terrain ng Iran. 88 million people resistance army. No? Yung mga bansa may army, may professional military. Pero sa Iran, buong population nila is a fighting population. 88 million. No? Nahirapan nga yung Amerikano sa Afghanistan, Iran pa kaya. No? Decades of war hardened defense system. Kaya nakita naman natin itong nangyari ng mga nakaraang araw, hirap ang Israel. No? Kasi pinag-ano talaga nila yan, pinagandaan for the past 25 years. No? Then allies in Russia, China, Hezbollah, Pakistan, kahit North Korea, isali na rin, no? Na pag binomba nila ang Iran, bubombahin din sila ng nuclear, lalo na ng Pakistan sa Yemen, no? Strategic geography. Iran controls Strait of Hormuz, 20% of global oil. Nung sinara nila, tumaas ang gasolina, 60 plus, ayaw ko din sa Manila, magkano ang gasolina ngayon? Para halos 5 piso yung tinaas sa diesel ata, 6 na piso. No? At nagkaroon ng ceasefire ngayon, pero sabi ni Colonel Douglas MacGregor, temporary lang yan. Hindi pa tapos ang giyera ng Iran at Israel. In fact, it's just beginning. Israel is just reconstituting their armaments, their weapons. In fact, the 2 weeks in the 2 weeks that Israel have been firing those THAAD, yung Iron Dome nila, which turned out to be a paper dome, no? It will take another 2 years to reconstitute them. So pag nagsimula ulit ng gera, wala, bugbog saradong Israel. In fact, it was Israel who begged Trump na mag-ceasefire. Man, gaba, no? Links to Russia, China, and Central Asia. Regional proxy influence across Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen. It's a gatekeeper, not just a nation. No? Iran's threat isn't nukes. It's the resistance model. Yung sabi nila na Iran will develop, kaya hypocrite Israel may nuclear weapon. US, the only country that use an atomic bomb, do not want other countries to have a nuclear weapon because they will be irresponsible. Kayo nga yung responsible, saka very predictable. Actually, kahit si Professor Jeffrey Sachs, si Colonel Douglas MacGregor, si former Marines Jack Ritter, sinasabi na nila US is isolating themselves. Kahit si Professor Mish Miner, no? Isang respected political science professor sa Amerika. Ang real reason talagang gusto ng irahin ng Iran, it's not the nukes, but Iran is a blueprint showing the world how to reject Western control, stay sufficient, self-sufficient, and weaponize nationalism. That's what terrifies the elite. No? Dati ang oil kasi ng Iran noon hawak ng mga British eh. Then si Dr. Pakalimutan ko yung Prime Minister noon na kinodita kasi he wanted to nationalize the Iranian oil. No? Okay. Iran mastered the narrative war. Western media paints Iran as rogue, backward, dangerous. Kaya nga, si Trump, si Netanyahu, nasa utak niya, backward ang Iran. Then when Iran fought back, na shell shock sila, di nila inasahan, ganun palang capability ng Iran. But internally, Iran uses cultural loyalty, history as power, propaganda mastery. The Khomeini, no? Nung natanggal ang Shah of Iran, pinalitan ni Ayatollah Khomeini, ngayon si Khamenei na naman. No? It's a symbol of Islam in Iran. It's their spiritual leader. So there's a cultural loyalty there. No? And history as power. The Aryans, the Persians. Talagang this is a warrior culture. No? It keeps the people alive in the outside world confused. Kasi backward daw. Kaya nga sabi ni Sun Tzu sa Art of War, it's better to project an image that you're weak so that when you hit the enemy, they will not know what hit them. Why superpowers can't invade? No? And the real game here is not nukes. Ano lang yan? Dahilan lang yan ng nukes daw ng Iran. But the real game here is economics. Lagi kong sinasabi, follow the money. No? Since they can't invade, superpower use sanction. Ang oil. Pero wala, may as black market lahat. Parang noon, nung sinanction nila yung Cuba, buhay na buot ng US. buhay na buhay ang black market ng Cuba. US din ang nagsusupply ng mga goods doon sa Cuba, no? Through the smuggling black market. Currency pressure and trade isolation. But Iran built a parallel system. They were able to go around this Western sanction. Barter trade, oil for gold, crypto adoption, yuan ruble alternatives. Isa pa yan sa kinakatakutan kasi ng Amerika na the moment Iran trades in yuan, no, it will set a motion sa Middle East, goodbye petrodollar. Because US had the pact with Saudi Arabia, for example, way back in the 70s, that the Saudis would sell their dollars would sell their oil in dollars. Pero ngayon, they're selling in yuan, no, RMB. No? Kaya goodbye petrodollar. Iran survives not by power but belief, because belief is the soul of a nation. It's a rare case of nation that prioritizes ideology over economy, uses culture to fuel endurance. No? They go back to the roots of the Persian culture, the Aryan race, trains the population to resist westernization. Tulad sa Pilipinas, were encouraged to subscribe to westernization. That's deeper than any military weapon. The culture, the soul of a nation. No military can defeat that. Parang sa Vietnam, the US had the more superior armaments and weaponry then. Pero wala, because of the soul of the Vietnamese people that they want to resist Western imperialism. Talo ang Amerika. No? Okay. Iran doesn't fear superpowers because it isn't playing the same game. It's not chasing luxury, global applause, or Wall Street praise. It's defending its right to exist outside the system. Hindi tulad ng Pilipinas na uhaw sa mga rating, Moody rating, para makapagpangutan, credit rating. Sa Iran, wala yun. No? And the elites, they fear any nation that proves they're not essential, na hindi kailangan itong mga elites na to. No? Okay. So, Iran showed the world how to reject Western control, stay self-sufficient, and weaponize nationalism. And that terrifies the elite. Iran is just not a country. It is a symbol. Rare nation that defied the US dollar system, kicked out Western oil giants, survived economic war without collapse. Si Traore ngayon, Captain Traore ng Burkina Faso, dahil he's nationalizing the gold, the minerals of Burkina Faso. The West, especially the French, colonizer nila, are labeling him as terrorist. Ganon din si Putin is being demonized kasi walang Rothschild banks sa Russia. They resist. Sa isang episode natin sa Bugtaw, sa Opium of the People, I quoted Jeffrey Sachs na sinabi niya, the past 500 years was centuries of the white people, the Europeans, the Americans, and the Catholic Church is always an instrument of that colonialization. But now the tide is changing. Sabi nga ni Kamentong Laurel, itong nangyari ngayon, yung pagkatalo ng Israel, pagkapanalo ng Iran, changes the geopolitical dynamics not only in the region but in the world. No? It shows that the West is not that invincible. No? Maraming witnesses. No? Because they have become corrupt, they have become inefficient, they're blinded by their greed. Tayo sa Pilipinas, kailan tayo magigising? Nagpapakatuta pa rin tayo sa kano. No? Nagpapahirap sa bansa at isinasalang pa sa gera. I hope we learn a lesson from Iran, no? Which is faster than a walk.